Bonjour and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your messages from your ancestors for the month of December. So this is going to be a reading for the people born under the Chariot card and the Tower card. If you do not know what your Tarot birth card is, I have filmed a quick video to help you work it out, and I will leave you a card right here. So you can just go and click on it, but it is also in the description box below. All the decks that I'm using are also listed in the description box, so if you're interested in them and want to check them out or get them for yourself, it's all down there as well. So I hope you are all doing well. I'm going to start your reading with a witch's runes, and I ask that you please bear in mind those are general readings. I'm going to be channeling different ancestral messages, so they may not all resonate with you. So, what do my querents born under the Chariot and the Tower cards need to hear for their highest goods from their ancestors, please? Let's see what we've got for you. Oh, well, I think my pouch is slowly dying. I've got threads everywhere. Apologies for that. Let me put it away. So this is a small rune, so I hope you can see the symbol on it. This is the rings. So this rune talks about alliance, a bond. It can talk about a contract, obviously, between people. It can talk about a relationship, like a couple relationship, romantic relationship. It can talk about groups as well, finding your tribe. What else can I say to you about that? It can talk about a union coming soon in your near future. There is also the element of synchronicity with the rings, things happening synchronistically. I'm sorry, I can't think of another word right now. But yeah, finding your tribe is coming strong for me with this rune today for you. A bond between people. But I'm going to grab my oracle decks and obviously clarify this main energy. Let's see what we've got. So you may have been trying to connect with people. Maybe you've been feeling that you're not gelling with your environment. That's what they're saying to me. That's for some of you, not all of you, obviously. But this is coming to the forefront of this reading. And what I meant by synchronicity, I'm talking about social events, like lining up and bringing you to maybe a group of people or a specific person that you are meant to meet. Right, let's see. So we have self-reflection, card 17, and card 7, nourishment. Let me put my deck away so I can talk to you about those cards. So 17 diminishes to 8, which is movement, advancement. And you've got number 7, so you've got 8 and 7. Self-reflection, I am getting the message from your ancestors that you are in some kind of period where you are analyzing things. Now, this is very significant for people born under the Chariot and the Tower because you are ruled by number 7, which appears here. And 7 is the number of self-evaluation and self-analysis. This is a very specific trait of those cards, that you go through stages of initiation and you learn from them because you evaluate, you analyze, and then that gives you the confidence to then move forward and hone your self-mastery. So self-reflection is probably something that you do on a regular basis, even if you don't realize it. Like sometimes we just do it and we don't realize we are doing it. But the self-reflection aspect is you analyzing something. Maybe you're analyzing where you're at in your life, you're analyzing something that you've done, something that you've said, you're analyzing your circumstances, just generally speaking. And what's coming out of this for me is the need to connect with the rings. That I'm really feeling that very, very strongly as a message. It keeps on popping into my head. And your ancestors are telling you that you need to nourish yourself. Now, there is the obvious message of you are what you eat. Be careful what you put into your body. So maybe if you know you've been having a lot of fast food, you know, because you're working, you're busy, you don't have time to cook, that kind of thing, then, you know, this is obviously something you need to pay attention to, because our moods are closely linked to what we eat. So when we eat foods that are not very nourishing, you know, low nutrient quality, our moods tend to go down. I mean, I've experienced it firsthand. There's also the need to nourish you on the emotional and spiritual level, is another message I'm getting. Less social media, because it's not very good actually for spiritual health, in all honesty, nor is it good for emotional health, if you want my honest opinion on that. And actually taking the time to nourish yourself, even intellectually, you know, watching programs that are going to feed your intellect, your desire to learn, which is part of, you know, as well, that number 7 of wanting to assimilate new knowledge. You know, if you're born under the tower, you have that desire to maybe get rid of old beliefs and liberate yourself and feel free, and that comes from gaining knowledge. So feeding your intellect will be very important. Same thing for someone who's born under the chariot. You know, the chariot is the card of someone who's strategist, who is focused, who likes to explore. So exploring new knowledge would be very good for you. You know, keep your mind busy, keep you interested, because the people who are born under the chariots have a constant need to be moving, whether physically or intellectually being challenged. And I would know about it because the chariot is my card. So I associate with that on a very deep level. There is also spiritual nourishment. You know, do you give yourself time to connect with God, the universe, spirit, your angels, or even your ancestors? Because this is very, very healthy for you. So there's a very clear message from your ancestors that you need to look after yourself on all levels. Let me grab this oracle deck and see what else we have. And from this deck we have card 30, Horseman, Herald of Change. You see 30 reduces to 3, which is growth, expansion. Love the energy of number 3. Love energies that move. And you can clearly see here with the new day, the light coming in, that there's something very positive that's coming your way. So this is your ancestors saying, hey, we have a message for you, and something brand new is going to enter your life. So if you're not happy with where you are right now, for whatever reason that may be, whether it's for work, because of a relationship, because you're not happy where you live. I'm getting that vibe for some of you very strongly. It keeps on popping back. You're not gelling with your environment, and maybe it's your environment at work. Maybe you just moved into a job and it's just not working out for you, but because of the relationships within, or maybe even the ethos of the company you work for, something's going to change, and it's going to be a very positive change. It's like a gift from your ancestors, basically, you know. It's coming your way. Let me grab the tarot to clarify those messages. But the message that I keep on hearing is look after yourself on a spiritual level, emotional and physical level. So we have the Two of Swords. Unsurprised to see that on the self-reflection. The Three of Wands, another number 3. The Four of Cups. And the bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work that you may not be aware of, is the Seven of Swords. So again, a number 7, you have 2 7s and 2 3s. And the 7, as I explained at the beginning, because it's your ruling number, is all to do with initiation and evaluation. Swords is air energy, represents the mental realm, the knowledge you gain, the truths that are exposed, all of that. So the Seven of Swords is an energy of needing to think out of the box, needing to, it's my card that I called work smarter, not harder. There is also an energy of being covert, so there may be a need for you to keep your cards very close to your chest, is what they're saying to me. That's a message for some of you. Because if through this self-reflection you decide to do something, maybe embracing this change that's coming your way, whatever that change is for you, there may be a need to keep it to yourself. But that's just for some of you. Generally speaking, otherwise, it's just taking the least trodden path, doing things differently, thinking differently, a need to really think out of the box. And we have the Two of Swords, so that's that you have two swords and then cups and wands. So it's kind of a balanced reading in that respect. And you do have a clear progression from 2, 3, and 4, and then 7, which is very good in tarot because that signifies growth again. So the Two of Swords is indecision. It's having to make a decision but not feeling ready for it, for whatever reason it is. You see the guard is up. You can clearly see on the card the guard is up. So it may well be that you feel that you haven't had time to think about it long enough. That's the message that I'm getting the clearest for you. For some of you, it's just your defenses are up because you've been hurt before, or you've made mistakes in the past, and you are worried you're going to reproduce those mistakes. And for others, it's just you feel you don't have enough information. But things are growing, and you know, this is why it's under self-reflection, because you are analyzing this. There's a lot of mental energy going on here. And remember what I was saying to you with the rings right here. There is going to be social events or synchronicity that's going to happen, that's going to help you move out of this Two of Swords energy where you're just not making that decision. It's like a standstill, and you're going to move forward, because the Three of Wands represents growth, expansion. With the fire energy, it's very powerful. It's having a clear sense of directions and going for it. And because it is right under the herald of change, this is telling me that you are going to embrace the change. You are not resisting it. You're going to embrace that change. It just, to me, it just seems very, very clear. And this is going to bring you emotional stability. The Four of Cups, 4 is strong foundation and stability. Cups is water energy. So this is talking about something that's stable, something that's going to ground you. You know, I have to say, if you feel like you don't belong where you are, this is going to change, because you're probably going to move. You're going to get an opportunity to move out of a job, out of a place where you live, or out of a relationship where you don't belong, and you're going to get something so much better, something that's, they're saying to me, that's going to suit you and your personality and who your true essence is much better, and it's going to bring you that Four of Cups energy. Not the shadow side of the card that talks about apathy. No, I'm talking about that emotional contentment that you feel when you feel stable, that's, you know, being brought to you. And you may well have to go with someone who you didn't think you would fall for. That's for some of you, if we're talking about a relationship here. I have to say it with that Seven of Swords. For others, it may be that you need to move, like literally relocate. And if that's the case, you may want to keep your plans to yourself, because it may not please everybody, is what they're saying to me. But again, that's a very specific message. But when you do get out of this, I'm not making a decision, I need to reflect on this. When you do get out of that, you're going to see growth, and it's going to bring a lot of emotional stability for you. And the key to this is to really, really nourish yourself, like look after yourself. Yes, self-care, but not just physically. I'm talking about, as I said, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. So let me grab the last deck and get to a couple of final messages for you. You see, this card here is telling me that you're not going to be looking for your tribe anymore, or looking for that place where you feel you belong, or looking for that relationship where you feel you belong, because you are going to be stable emotionally and content and happy in your heart. That's what I'm hearing repeatedly. So you have full moon in Pisces, forgive. And you have the first quarter moon in Taurus, release, control. Now, for people born under the Tower and the Chariot, this is one of your biggest challenges. Part of the challenges of that of those two cards with the number 7 is to be able to release control. Generally speaking, if you're born on the Chariot, you want to control. You have a goal and you go for it and you control the outcome. If you're born under the Tower, this is always, trying to stay in a situation, for instance, and being pushed out of it by the universe. And that's that problem with control again. So this is very important. Your ancestors are saying to you, just flow, let it go, go with it. You have Herald of Change coming here. Do not try and control how things will turn out, or how they will manifest, or how people will come into your life. Just go with it. The forgive, well, this is a message of forgive yourself and forgive others, obviously. Now, you will know which one resonates with you, because you're here for different reasons. There may well be that you need to forgive yourself for something that you have done, you have said, whatever the case may be, and you're holding on to that, and that's blocking your manifestation. That may be blocking the right person to come into your life because you've not forgiven yourself. By the same token, for some of you, it will be forgiving the other person, because if someone has hurt you, you're going to find it, obviously, naturally, it's going to be more difficult to keep your heart open. So it's very important to spend some time, whilst you're in your self-reflection, to dedicate some time to the theme of forgiveness, whether it needs to be internal, external, or even possibly both. So I hope you've enjoyed the journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I always like to hear from you. I've posted the tarot birth card readings and the star sign readings for December, so if you would like to check them out, I will leave your cards here. And as always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm very humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a beautiful month, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.